Alright, we're gonna change the timing belt in the Odyssey here. So we got a helper and a fire, and got some good light going on here. That's right. Got some radio. Let's do it. Alright, so we took the fire sharing pump out and we loosened off the coolant reservoir here. There's the power steering pump there. We got the line secured out of the way. There's the power steering pump. So now we're gonna get in here and look at all this extra room we've got to work. Get in here and take this off. So it's two 10 millimeters and then two hose clamps and two push pins. All right. Okay, so got the wheel off. We pulled the splash guard away, and we've got our flywheel tool or harmonic balancer branch, whatever. And then we've got this set up here because that 19 millimeter bolt is like 250 foot-pounds or something ridiculous. So we've got it jacked up, safety everywhere. This jack's just to hold the wrench that's holding the harmonic balancer. And then so got this big pipe on here. We're gonna try to bust this loose, or we're gonna be buying some new tools. So here we go, let's try it out. Oh! All right, we're gonna break some tools or break it loose. Let's see what happens. All right, try number 3. Silly me. Heat this bolt up first. Meat on the edge right there. And we'll try it again. Alright, I think it's red hot. I can see the metal changing colors. So I'm going to pull it off and try to do this quick, so hope nothing goes wrong. On there. Oh boy. Come on. Actually bent this pipe. Okay, let's see. Maybe I can do it without the big extension since it's hot now. Alright, here we go. Oh! Oh! It went! Or I broke it. It went, or the tools broke. Hey! Woo! Got it! Lunch. But before I go eat, I want to show y'all what I got done. So, looking down through here, you can see there's the timing belt. Got some marks on it, but we got that. We got the bolt loose on the crank, and then we took the balancer off and got the timing belt off, and then the pulley off and the covers, and we got it on top dead center. Got our marks on our belt. Down here, put a new oil filter on while we're down there. And then up here, we had to loosen all this stuff off. To get the power steering pump to come up through here. bolts in here. Slide up through here. Mark the belt. I've also got the timing marks. You can see number 1 there, and then there's a mark in the case. You can see it on the back too. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's the mark, and there's the mark in the top there. So I put reference marks on the belt, the old belt. To pull it out, I'll transfer the marks to the new belt, and when I put it in, line up the marks just to make sure, and then revolve the engine 2 times to make sure the marks stay where they're supposed to. That way you know you got your belt on the right spot after you set the tensioner. Because if you don't, you'll blow up your engine, because the valves will hit the piston and bend and cause all kinds of problems. So that's where we're at. Time for lunch. Back after lunch. So there's the old water pump. There's the old tensioner pulley and a stationary pulley. There's the old timing belt. There's my old marks. So what a bear. I had the compression stroke on one of the cylinders, and the cam, this cam pulley right there, it moved on me. And it was really tight. I had to be real careful and turn the crank pulley backwards, and just a hair, just to get some slack in the belt, and got the new tensioner in. Oh, up in there, see if you can see it. I don't think you can see it. Anyway, here's a new tensioner. That's a fuel filter, or oil filter. There it is, you can see the mark. Maybe you can see it, but new pulleys. I rotated the engine 1 whole revolution, and the marks still line up. You see that? Okay, got it back together pretty much. Now I'm gonna pull the alternator, right, that thing, pull that out and have it rebuilt, and then put it back together. So this cover's got to come off, and probably have to loosen this stuff back up again to get it out. But timing belt's done, water pump's done. We're good. Probably could have this thing finished up in an hour if I wanted to, ready to drive down the road, but I got more work to do, so keep going. All right, so this pumpkin right here came out of this little hole right there. Yeah, this stuff moves, and this cover came off. Boy, it was not easy, but it came out. They said it would on YouTube, and it sure did. Anyway, I'm done for tonight. Gonna get this thing rebuilt tomorrow, and then throw it all back together. Change the oil, drain the transmission fluid, refill everything. And that's it. Catch up with you tomorrow. All right, so dropped the alternator off at the alternator shop, pulled the spark plugs out. Now we're gonna crank the engine over with the impact driver and make sure that we don't have any funny noises or anything, since that camshaft turned a little bit when we had the belt loose. I just want to make sure that none of the spring keepers or anything like that is going on. Then I'll check the timing again after I spin it like 5 or 6 times with the drill and listen to it and do all that. So I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna change the oil and the transmission fluid, and then go get the alternator and put it back on, and it should be finished today and ready to get back to it. So progress. We drained all the oil out, put the spark plugs back in, put the coil packs back on. Everything went on flawless. I mean, the metal, screws, the nuts, everything is such high quality. Honda gets my vote. Nice quality steel is used to make this engine and everything. No wonder it lasts so long. So anyway, drain the oil out, put the oil back in, then I drained the transmission fluid. And funny story, so I was checking the color with Amy, and I dipped down to check to smell it, make sure it doesn't smell burnt, and I dipped my beard in there. And Amy laughed at me, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, she laughed at me and said, well, that's one way to oil your beard. So anyway, gonna fill this thing back up with some transmission fluid, and then hopefully get some lunch, and then go get the alternator and put it back together and go drive around. All right, just started it up. Sounds really good. So smooth. Look at that, not a shake. I replaced the spark plugs, everything. New air filter, man, this thing. Oh, what's that? I hear hello knocking. Okay, so it's starting to warm up now, and it sounds really good. The idle has gone down because it's starting, you know, off the cold start. I don't hear the noise anymore, noisy valve train. I hope not, but I may have micro bent one of my valves when that rear camshaft rotated and hit something. I heard it go tink. I can barely hear it. We'll have to see if it works itself out. Hope I don't have a valve sticking or something like that, but we'll see. Time to go drive it, and thanks for watching. I'll let you know what happens in a future video if I have to tear it down or replace the valves. All right, have a good one. Okay, so finally got the cooling system bled out. I had no heat condition from the heater core, and I heard bubbling noises in the engine because I didn't put enough fluid in the cooling system, enough radiator fluid. So fixed that. Now we're going for a test drive. We had valve noise, valve knocking. It went away. I don't know. It just needed to settle back out. I don't know what happened. Because the camshafts moved on me. I thought maybe I bent a valve, but I think it just kind of knocked it loose, and now we're all done. So it turns out that I spent about $300 or $400 on parts and 15 hours of labor. Saved myself $2 grand, hopefully. You know, I need to drive a couple hundred miles just to make sure, but I used all quality parts, Aisin parts, which is a Honda OEM manufacturer, so hopefully we're good for another 125,000 miles. I shouldn't have to get into this thing. Thank y'all for watching. Things that I would say to make sure you don't do if you do this. Anybody's watching this, to do your own timing belt. Be careful with that camshaft, it'll move on you. And then make sure you bleed all the air out of your cooling system when you're finished. And I don't know, all the rest of the stuff if you should be able to do if you're gonna do it. But now we're stuck behind a truck. So thank y'all, and I think we're good. I don't think I'm gonna have to spend $5 grand to rebuild the engine or any of that stuff. I think we're good. So see y'all next time, next vlog, next video, whatever you want to call it. Thanks for watching. Later.